What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys all had a wonderful Christmas. Today we've got a long list of things to do on the Z as usual, and we probably won't get to all of them. Let's get started.
All right, we start things off here filming in the incorrect orientation because I'm an absolute genius. I've got the motor balancing on a chain so I can get under it. I'm just fussing with the oil pan to replace that lower oil pan seal. And then in the next clip, you'll see me scraping that seal off with a razor while the engine's swinging in the air from the chain. Not ideal, but it did work.
All right, so the motor is back on the ground. I got the lower oil pan seal replaced. I made the executive decision not to mess with the upper oil pan seal. It looked okay, and honestly, it was just way too much work. I'm just gonna cross my fingers and hope it doesn't leak, but it doesn't look like it was in the past, so it'll be all right. At the end of the day, this isn't gonna be a super clean show car that can't have a drop of oil on it, but I would like it not to leak, so fingers crossed there. But the motor's back on the ground, so no more sketchy balancing it on a chain. And now I've got to get this rear main seal replaced. So this rear main seal is pretty cool in the fact that it actually gets replaced as one whole unit. So this little aluminum covering here, you replace that with the seal itself. So no fussing around trying to get this rubber seal out. I'll show you the new one once I get this guy off. Check this out. There it is. So like I said, it comes out in one big piece. Makes it so much easier than just trying to replace this little seal in here. Pretty neat. So I got the rear main seal on. I really didn't film any of it because honestly it was irritating as hell. The first time I attempted it, the seal, there's a lower seal that goes around the aluminum piece. I'll show you here. There's a rubber seal that goes down here, and the first time I tried to put it on, that rubber seal was too big. I don't know if it was a manufacturing issue or maybe that's how they come and I just don't know what I'm doing, but the seal would not seat in that little groove, and it was pushing the actual rear main seal, this brown little seal that goes around the crankshaft. It was pushing that off. Don't mind all the RTV. But I finally got it in after throwing one seal away, and thankfully I had a spare, so I made that one work. And just for good measure, I covered it all in RTV or black silicone. That's why it looks like that. That's definitely not the proper way to finish this job, but hey, I'd rather be safe than sorry. Plus you're never gonna see it, so fingers crossed they never have to touch that again. All right, so I'm trying to get the little thrust bearing, whatever, the little bearing that rides in the crankshaft for the input shaft to sit on. I've got some bread right there. I've definitely heard of this trick working, but I've never actually tried it, so let's see if it'll work.
Yes, that is me hammering bread into the back of the crankshaft. Honestly, I cannot believe this trick worked so well, but I am thankful for it.
Well, half a slice of bread later, got the bearing out. All right, now that we got that little bearing out, thanks to the bread trick, hammered the new one in, got the flywheel in place. We've got some ARP flywheel bolts to get this thing bolted back on, and then we'll get moving on to the clutch. All right, so we got the flywheel on, ready to go. Next step's gonna be getting the clutch on. For clutches, I went with the XTD, pretty much an eBay special, but as far as eBay clutches go, they've been around a long time. I've ran them on a few of my cars in the past, had pretty good luck, and I know a lot of people who do run them and have had the same good luck with them. So fingers crossed it's gonna be okay. At the end of the day, it's pretty cheap, and if it sucks, well, I guess that's what I get. But I'll let you know how the clutch feels when this thing finally runs. Clutch is on, everything is tight, and we are good to go. Check it out, red and shiny. Next step, I'm gonna work on getting the intake manifold on, all the gaskets replaced, and then I gotta replace the valve cover gaskets. I'm hoping I can find the bolts. They are missing, so hopefully they're around here somewhere. Well, bummer, I couldn't find any valve cover bolts, literally zero. Out of all the bolts and random bags of stuff that I got with this car, they are nowhere to be found. So I ordered a handful of those. So it doesn't look like we're gonna get that job done tonight, which is kind of unfortunate, but at least I can clean them all up. You can see I got this one nice and clean. I still gotta do that one. I've got this mating surface at least clean, and honestly in here it looks pretty good. I mean, at least from what you can see. So I'm not gonna bother getting the intake manifold on tonight. There's no point in doing that since it's gotta be out of the way for the valve covers to be done. So we're on hold until those bolts show up. With the valve cover bolts putting us on hold, I am gonna call it a night there. So all I really did was just finish cleaning up the motor. The valve covers look a whole lot better. Obviously the clutch is on. Things are just nice and clean. I'm hoping these bolts show up within the next couple days so I can get this all buttoned up. As always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you so much. I'll catch you in the next one.